Let's see. That is so much fun. I'm so glad that you did that. You made that, and I just love the intro. It makes us feel legit.
A little bit,
A
yeah.
little bit legit. Welcome to Curmudgeon's Corner number 48. Boys and girls, children of all ages. I am so pumped to be here.
Me too.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm surviving the day. Thanks for asking.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good Saturday.
48. Eileen, 48.
Oh.
I mean, let's see. One more in February, which is 49, and then March will be number 50. Holy moly.
That's kind of like a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it without you, by the way.
Oh. I couldn't have done it with you.
I have a small confession to make.
Oh, boy.
And I apologize.
Let's go.
I might have pre-gamed a little too heavy today.
Oh, boy.
It's
not January anymore.
It's going to get, yeah, exactly. It's not January anymore, and things might get off the rails quickly.
Oh, boy.
All right. So before I get into the whole minutia of everything, how are you? What have you been up to? How has your 8 days of February been?
It's been pretty good, pretty busy.
Yeah.
Kind of out of it a little bit, but I mean, busy is a good thing, so I can't complain.
Busy is a great thing. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah. I got to do a couple classics.
Okay.
Yesterday? Oh my God, my days are upside down. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. They were going to a car show in Palm Springs, a pretty popular car show. And so I did a 55 Chevy and some other car.
Well, first of all, David, what do you mean finally? I've admitted that I am a huge diehard fan for forever, and I am one of the people that are on the Christmas movie side. It is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Hey, we got a great house in here tonight. We got Daryl, David, David Ruiz, David Boyce. We got Mike G, Humberto, Steve Pearson, Kimberly MC, Ron. How do you pronounce that? Come on. How do you do?
Ayat. He corrected me the last time. Ayat.
Ayat. Look, out there on the water, it's a yacht.
Yeah, I think that's how he described it in the chat.
All right. Adamo, Franco, devil in the detail, and the hose.
Adamos, yeah.
It's good to see you. I haven't seen you since before MTE.
I know, it's been a little bit.
You look great.
Oh, you look great.
Oh, you had me at hello. I'm really pumped to be here. I had remedies in the house. I had my energy, my tanks refilled. I came out of the Pay It Forward campaign, and I know that we did a great thing and helped a lot of people, but it just drains me. And I was just kind of tired. And I'm like, January is dry and it's no fun. And then I went to the MTE and I hung out with all of these amazing people. And it was like Marty McFly's parents finally kissed. And I was just like, hello, I'm back. It was fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
I had so much fun down there at the MTE. And I hope that we have enough time to talk about it. Today is the community edition where we try to bring in people from the community to hang out with us and get to know each other, because one of the things that obviously we've been trying to do is promote community and fellowship and looking after each other, brothers and sisters in this very small niche community. So we try to bring in the community to come on our show. And we're fortunate tonight to have a really special guest, a brother to the north, Ghost. And it's a great thing that he's on our show. That means that it gives you, all these other opportunities to win something tonight, since he can't do it. And then, of course, maybe I might be able to get it out within the next 2 months before I forget that I didn't send it out. So there's that.
Oh, yeah, right. Right.
I do want to I want to have a very special shout out to Humberto and Matt Ayers from Xtra Mile Detail. Those guys, they were part of my posse the entire MTE. I know I said it before on like last night on Socrates podcast, but like I was in awe to watch those guys in person. You have these two gentlemen that are always in the chat rooms and they're always supportive of everybody here, but to see them in person, to meet with, I was able to hang out with Matt last year in his hometown of Phoenix, but to meet Humberto again, they are strangers to no one. And if they don't know you, they are going to know you by the end of the conversation. And they're wonderful humans.
I agree.
And it's not a persona. It's not like a screen thing. Like they are legitimately just wonderful human beings. And their willingness to hang out with the old curmudgeon was it was, like I said, it recharged my batteries. I loved hanging out with those guys. It was fun.
That's so good.
It's fun.
It looked like you guys had a lot of fun.
We had a great time.
You met so many people.
It was way more for. I was saying this to Papa Smurf this morning. For me, it was better than SEMA, because like SEMA, I felt responsible for being at the booth and trying to network, and it's a really big show and it's very intense and there's a lot going on. But the MTE is like 70 or 80% paintless dent removal, PDR.
Yeah.
And then like 20% detailing. And like it was kind of concentrated that, I don't know, any given time there was at least 12 of us.
Yeah.
That were just hanging out and laughing, and Keeve, we call, we tease and say that Hawaii Tim is the assassin, but Keeve is the surgeon.
Yeah.
His sarcasm and his insults are so surgical. I'm getting a hernia laughing at just how just brutal.
And he says it so like nonchalantly.
Oh, it's
like
so
right
much
under the
fun.
radar.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you do me next, insult me, say something crappy about me, it's just so
me next.
It's so fantastic. So anyway, we have a very special guest on tonight. Unfortunately, we were originally supposed to have Becca, and she had a conflict of interest. And then you were awesome enough to get Kristi to fill in for her. And unfortunately, this afternoon, her son has come down with a fever. And so she has to attend family stuff. So Ghost is going to carry the heavy weight. And Ghost is one of those guys in the community that has been a part of the community from the beginning. He is super supportive. He shows up to every single live stream that we do and the live streams that Thor does. He is a definite member of our community.
Absolutely.
And we're just so really honored to have him on here. I can't wait to hear his story. We're going to put him through the ringer. Eileen, I know that you have your questions locked and loaded. I'm really excited about tonight.
Me too.
So what do you say we bring him on stage?
Let's do it.
All right. You ready to dive in?
Ready. Go.
All right. Bring on the ghost, says Dee Dee. Bring on the ghost. Boom. There he is.
What's up, everyone?
How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Living the dream. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, nice to see everyone in the chat.
That is Kimberly. That is 100% correct. Unfortunately, you can't win anything tonight, sir.
Oh, hey, well, that's fine. I actually I want to sponsor the giveaways tonight. So We'll do a few gift cards to Phoenix. I've really been in love with your products lately, Aaron. I'm telling you.
Well,
So
thank you,
I want to
sir.
do a few Furies giveaways because I feel like that's underrated.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, it actually saved me on a job probably 2 months ago. It saved my butt. So yeah, I'd like to give away one or two of those and a few gift cards. So I know it's a
All
little
right.
easier that way.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we usually do the half-hour stuff. So Eileen's going to probably shoot off with her quick fire. That way we'll get the trivia questions loaded up and ready to rock and roll. And then we're just kind of,
origin story, because we'd love to get to know
yeah,
Ghost.
I
Absolutely.
like Ghost. You're a ghost to me. I'd love to hear everything about you.
Yeah, it's probably pretty crazy putting face to username, hey?
Yeah,
sure.
it is. Absolutely.
And that's why these community pods are actually super important, I feel. So I forget who you had on last time. Was it it wasn't Shine Your Light, was it?
We had Quiff Queen on, which is Lisa.
Yeah.
And then we also had on
We had
Franco, and we had on.
Oh yeah, I can't forget about Franco. Shout out to Franco, by the way. He said he couldn't make it tonight and he wanted me to give him a shout out. So
nice.
Roger that. Well, I
Yeah.
saw him earlier in the chat, so I mean maybe he was able to put in 5 minutes. And then Rick Smith, of course, he was the other half of
That's who it was.
yeah, he was the other half. So Jay Hawker and the Devils in the Details was our first official community, but I like to think that Lisa from Quiff Queen was our first official community member.
Yep.
Yeah, she was great. Enthusiast, what's good?
Yeah.
Bill, David, and oh my gosh, so many. Humberto, obviously. Who else is there? Steve, Diane. Oh, I'm happy you could make it.
Bill Dalton, a fellow
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
for
getting
sure.
used to this whole thing. Reading
I
on my
love
it.
phone. I got the laptop beside me here, so excuse me if I'm looking to the side a little bit. Mike G. Wow, we got the whole crew here. Kimberly,
Here for
this
you.
is awesome, guys.
Yeah, I had a podcast with Brian from Apex yesterday, and we were just talking about how this community, we have a pretty core of like 45 people that like I just get so charged up. Like this is really honestly my passion. I had no idea that this would be the what really drives me and my and motivates me, but it's you guys and to have you guys
Sure.
on, especially on the community podcast is really special to me.
Yeah, same for me, Aaron. Like I told you backstage, like I don't know if you guys realize how important this community has become to me, and we'll get more into my story and stuff like that. But every couple weeks and close to Christmas for the pay it back, you guys were going on weekly, and that stuff really keeps me going, and it gives, I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but it gives you something to look forward to, right? There's
Yeah.
a few
Sure.
podcasts out there nowadays. We basically have one every day now, but every day I have something that when I wake up, as funny as it sounds, like I do have something to look forward to because I just love seeing the community here. And, no matter what's going on in anyone's lives outside of this kind of thing, you always have this to come back to, and everyone's always just so positive. So,
Great.
yeah,
Yeah.
just grateful for you guys. And I mean, Eileen, you're such a beauty, and
Oh,
Aaron,
thank you.
you're killing it. So yeah, like it's just an honor to be on the pod
He's a
tonight.
beauty as well.
Yeah, Aaron's all right, eh?
Yeah, when I was born, my mother said, "What a treasure," and my dad said, "Yeah, let's bury it." So,
Papa Smurf, what's good?
Speaking of which, and we'll come back around to this at the end of the episode, but as far as this community is concerned, and it's something that is very important to me and very important to Eileen, the way that we support each other as like this little family that we've developed here. Just this afternoon, I reached out to one of our Phoenix family members that I hadn't heard from in a while. And I'm not going to give names or anything like that, but it was almost like divine providence that I reached out to this person because I was like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while, and I'm just checking in to make sure that you're okay. And that person got very emotional
Hmm.
Very emotional, and was so grateful that I reached out to that person because they're kind of going through some stuff, and I think that's what's so ultimately really important about this family is that we've kind of built a support structure. I know it's like I can use Hawaii, or not Hawaii Tim, but Titan Tim as an example. When he's going through some medical issues and so on and so forth, and he can get down on himself. And when you haven't heard from somebody in this community for a while, just reach out to them because you have no idea what demon they're facing and what they're going through. And sometimes all they just need is a friendly voice and a shelter in the storm that says, "Hey, you're not alone." And I just want to continue to push that forward. The Pay It Forward campaign, this whole thing is about building a community that protects each other. Not to sound overly dramatic, but like, I don't know if you've ever read the book. It's called, I want to say it's called Pillar of Fire, but it might be Valley of Fire. But it's about the Battle of Thermopylae when the Spartan warriors, that the movie is now 300, but the Spartan warriors that held that small channel to protect uh, Greece from the Persians. The idea, the book goes into how they trained, and how they trained was, they had these massive tower shields, and they would hold the shield off to the side because the shield wasn't for them; it was for their brother beside them. And that's one of the ways that they trained. And so I like to think of our family as a family of Spartans that are holding the shield for the person beside them. And
Awesome.
together we are strong. Individually, we're gonna fall. And that's what this is all about. So anyway, that's my overly dramatic way of saying welcome to the community edition, Curmudgeon's Corner 48.
Absolutely.
Carson,
Yes, sir.
what is your background story? How did you get here? How did you get involved in the detailing world?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but obviously, I'm a car guy, and you know, growing up, I currently live in Kelowna, British Columbia, which is about a 4-hour drive from Vancouver. I grew up in Edmonton, Alberta, and I went to school in the States on a lacrosse scholarship. So while I was there, best 4 years of my life, by the way. But just the amount of friends that I met, just a bunch solid group of guys. But anyway, so I was working in the oil field for many years, went away to school, got my degree, came back. I was still in the oil field, and I was just kind of feeling a bit of a change. And I actually came out to Kelowna or yeah, I was down here on vacation actually. It's a hot spot for vacationers. People actually call it Kelownafornia because it's mild winters for Canadian weather anyways, and the summers are real hot. So came out here on vacation, and I was just down in the lake. It's called the Lake Okanagan, and I was just looking around, and it's just greenery, mountains. It's called wine country as well, and beautiful fields. And something just kind of clicked, and I just said, I love it here, and imagine waking up to this every day. So basically, went back to Edmonton, and within a month, I moved out here, and kind of in that transitional phase, it was kind of like, okay, well, what now, right? And always been a car guy. I had cleaned my cars obviously in the past, but I hadn't gone down the YouTube university yet, and didn't have a crazy amount of knowledge. And that's when I started watching YouTube videos, and the light bulb went off, and I just said, you know what, like, why don't I try doing this, as a business? So sure enough, I got real lucky off the bat too, because I actually just made a post on Facebook, and we'll get more into this, but I was charging basically pennies, right? And people were just flowing in like right off the bat. I was booked for about a month. And when those customers ran out and I decided to change my prices, everyone disappeared.
So, do you do this full time? Are you a full time
So,
detailer?
I'm transitioning into it full time. So I actually have a few. Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally enjoy detailing. Like I was telling you guys backstage, I'm actually working on a 2005 Ford F-150 right now, farm truck. Um, yeah, those are some of those can be a gem to detail. But yeah, like I enjoy it. And I have a few, businesses that I'm starting up with a few friends in the States where I went to school.
Where did you go to
And
school? We have David Boyce asked where you went to school.
in Missouri,
What was the
Mizzou.
university? Okay.
And yeah, so it was great playing lacrosse down there. And like I said, just you know, um, the friends that I had met when I was away in college, it kind of showed me that when I was growing up, you know, wasn't always hanging around the best crowds and stuff like that. And it really kind of opened my eyes, and that's why I really appreciate this community as well. But it just showed me what true friendship really is, and I still talk to a ton of those guys every single day. I'm actually going to Bulgaria here in September because one of my buddies is getting married down there.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so just it was great, I came back here and just kind of realized some of the goals that some of my friends and myself had, they just weren't fully aligning anymore, and that's okay, right? So um it was just it was a big turning point in my life, and I'm really, really grateful for that opportunity. And that kind of brings me back to the detailing community and the Curmudgeon's Corner podcast and stuff like that. When I first moved out here, I didn't know anyone, right? I didn't have any friends out here, no family. So, not to say that I was getting lonely, but you come out here and you don't really know anyone. And it's nice that I can find kind of a community through YouTube, believe it or not. And
Yeah.
a lot of people that I've met on the in the community, I talk to on a daily basis, right?
No, I
So
totally
it's
believe that. Like,
it's
I have built friendships in this chat room
mhm.
that are closer than people that I grew up with, for
Totally,
sure.
totally. And seeing you guys all at MTE just jiving and stuff like that, like it's just so awesome to see. And I hope I can be a part of that one day. And like a bunch of us in the chat, I know that you were saying we wanted to kind of have a middle ground that everyone can meet at one of these days. And
Well, Thor basically, when we were down there this past, what was it, a week ago, we were down there. Thor pretty much picked up the whole idea because I know that all of the SoCal people, Eileen, they wanted to have like a little whatever down there at in Southern California, and Rick Smith originally had come up with, like, Kansas City, which is central to America, to the United States.
yeah,
So I think it's a really, really real thing that we can start doing, and it doesn't have to be an MTE, it doesn't have to be a SEMA. We have built this little community, and it's an extension of Papa Smurf's family, it's an extension of Fab's family, it's an extension of Thor's family, Jamie the Cleaner, EC Detailing. Like, we all know each other from all of that. It's a very, for a crude word, incestuous kind of relationship where we're all kind of moving to each other's podcasts.
Yeah.
I think it was so much. That was the best part of MTE. Wasn't MTE, but it was being able to hang out with all of these cats. Just being
yeah,
able to, you know what I mean? Like, it was so much fun. Um, I was telling Sock yesterday, my absolute favorite experience at MTE was when we all left MTE and went up to, like, there's like this little convenience store where they sell coffee and sandwiches and drinks, whatever. And we pulled all the tables together. And there had to have been like 15 of us. And it was like being in a high school cafeteria. And, Keeve is insulting people, and we're laughing and talking and sharing stories. And it was just, I just sat back. I was sitting next to Eric from Charleston Detail, and just watching everybody interacting with each other. And I was like, this is everything I could ever have dreamed to have out of Phoenix, was being a part of this. And
Yeah.
it was all community and nothing to do with, an event. So if we can do that again, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but to capitalize on what you were saying, if we could do that event, be it in Southern California or Kansas City or wherever, and it doesn't have to necessarily be attached to some event. I want to do that. I want to recreate that. It's just,
It would be amazing.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
It charges the batteries. I'm telling you, it's like, it was what makes all of the pain, the suffering, the supply chain issues. It makes all of the issues worth it to hang out with you guys. And that's not lip service. It makes it all worth it.
Yeah, that Airbnb that Christian and the fellas got looked pretty cool too.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I love this stigma of being the curmudgeon, because I was just yelling at people, and it was just like, go cram it. You know what I mean? It was so much fun. Christian really did over the top. He had his neighbor is a chef, and he was able to sweet talk his neighbor into coming down. So it was basically a catered Airbnb. So
Nice.
when we all showed up, there was a charcuterie board, and the dude was making like burgers from scratch and hot dogs. And I mean, they had everything laid out for us. I mean, Christian laid out the spread, and we just got to hang out. Eddie, of course, is busting out cigars for everybody. And
the Cubanos.
Yeah, I had a little cherub. Aaron dried my car and didn't screw it up. So proud. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's surgical. It is so.
That's hilarious.
It's such a great insult.
What's up, Alex E? Steve, what's going on, stud?
And Carson, do you detail out of your home, or you have like a shop, or how do you do it?
So actually, just recently, well, a little over a year now, I moved into a place that has a shop attached to it. But the principle of being mobile is something that I've always loved. So we are still mainly mobile. Obviously, if we have coatings or bigger ticket jobs, then we'll bring it to the shop, kind of thing, or weather depending. That's kind of the main reason why we got it. But I think, I've just always loved the idea of being mobile, and especially here, everyone wants things quick, and if it's at your door, it's even better, right? So like, even over a year ago, I was getting my hair cut, and I had the guy coming to my house, and he ended up moving away. And when that happened, I had to obviously go to the barber, and I was just like,
you miss it.
That was convenient. You know what I mean? And I just know, you could be out there washing or doing an interior detail, and someone's watching the football game, or they're hanging out with the kids. So, and obviously having a shop is nice, but sometimes you have to bring two vehicles, unless you have a courtesy car, but you have to bring two vehicles, or you're waiting and stuff like that. So we're mainly mobile, but I am lucky to have a shop now as well.
What would you say was your biggest challenge of being mobile, especially in such a cold climate? What has been your biggest challenge of being mobile?
Good question. My biggest challenge for being mobile has honestly been time management. And I say that in terms of because you would think, oh, well, they're at their house. What's the rush, right? But I was giving timelines off the bat, and I wasn't necessarily meeting them because I kind of thought I could do, um, I put too much on my plate for one day, so I'd have like 3 to 4 details booked, and now I'm only booking one, maximum two a day, depending on the job, right? But yes, they were just taking me a bit longer than I would like, because I'm a perfectionist. So every little crack and crevice, and I know Ivan talks about it a lot. It's what the customer sees. It's not always about what you see, right?
Right.
So
Well, and
it
here's
may look.
a follow-up question to that would be, and we talked about this with Brian's podcast yesterday. Phil Miranda from Miranda Detailing and Nacho Man. Those are two perfect examples of customer expectations and what you're charging. Now, Phil is on the side of this is. I had this conversation with the customer. We talked about what I believe that it needs. The customer says, I don't think it needs that. And so I'm not going to chase that dragon because the customer is not paying for it. Versus
Totally.
Nacho Man, where Nacho Man is like, my name is going on that detail. They're going to show it off to their friends. Basically this detail is my business card. So I'm going to go over the top, and I'm going to go and chase every dragon to make sure that this detail is perfection, and not necessarily be compensated for it. So,
Yeah.
like, where do you, Ghost, where do you fall into that spectrum of one extreme versus the other?
Oh, it's definitely, like I said, it's been a learning curve, and I'm sure Eileen, you can attest to it. Like you go in and you have expectations set in your head, and but I mean, there's been times where, let's just say, I'm on a time crunch or whatever, and you finish the job, and you kind of you sit there later and you're like, oh well, I could have done this or I could have done that, and then you get a text from the customer and they're just like, I didn't even know a car could get this clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of giving yourself some grace too, right? And it goes for polishing paint as well. Like you could chase scratches for as long as you want. And again, like Ivan says, is people look at their paint or their car, and the day they get it off the lot is the cleanest or most dialed in it'll ever be, right? And
Right.
to us, we when we all buy cars, well, if you're lucky enough to buy one new from the dealership, you take it straight home and you get to work on it, because that isn't the case.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Definitely.
Diane, I'm drinking a Jarrito,
What is
Jarrito,
that? What is that? What is that?
Guava,
Guava. Oh,
Jarrito.
all right. All right, so I guess it's about time for Eileen. If you want to do your quick fire, let's get that started, and then
Yeah.
we're at the half-hour mark right now. So let's do your quick fire, and then we can do a trivia question and give some stuff away. What do you say?
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's start with a giveaway right now.
Start with a giveaway. All right,
Yeah, let's do a $25 gift card to
$25 gift card.
Phoenix E.O.D.
Eileen, question.
Oh boy, I don't have a question. You go. You ask a question.
All right, I have a question for you. All right, what is the mascot of the university that Ghost attended in a certain state in the United States? Boom.
Good question.
We never mentioned it, but I put it in. Oh, there he goes. Adamo's got it right out of the gate. Look at that guy. Boom.
Adamo, what a stud.
Boop, boop, boop.
Supposed to meet up with Adamo. He's in Edmonton, and I fly there pretty frequently to see family and whatnot. So
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Congratulations, sir. Truman the Tiger. Good. You were close. Dark Dragon, you were so close. But I think that in the nature of the game, Adamo's Garage pulled it off.
Steve, that's interesting that you like the Guava Jarrito, because I haven't actually tried this flavor. I only really get the Mexican cola from them, and I was actually out looking for a Jones soda, but the store I was at didn't have, so I thought I'd try this. Sorry, I don't have any apple juice, Aaron.
It's all right. It's all right. When I'm making my old fashions, I use the agave syrup, which I understand it's how they make tequila, right? Isn't that how they make tequila? The fermented agave.
Agave.
I think.
Mm.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
I believe so.
Appreciate it, Adamo.
I'm probably drunk as it is, so it doesn't matter.
35 minutes in. Holy.
Adamos. Well, I was pre-gaming pretty hard. I started around 7. I was like, what could it hurt?
Hey, it's a Saturday night, man.
It is. It's a Saturday. I have not breathed, taken a breath since 2 weeks before SEMA. I got a phone call from Eddie and Jamie. They tag team me, trying to bully me into going to SEMA, to which I respectfully told him to piss off. And then Christian called me and was like, "Are you retarded?" And I was like, "I don't think you can say that. That's not very PC at all. You can't say that word." And he was just like, I said, with all due respect. Anyway, long story short, went to SEMA. And then as soon as SEMA's over, we're jumping into the Pay It Forward campaign season. That goes all the way through Christmas. And then the House of Rags has got me jumping through. They literally have saved my bacon 100 times over as far as a company is concerned. And then we have the MTE, and then I'm doing Glove Box next month. So I have been running nonstop. And today, I feel like today is the first day that I've actually been able to breathe and relax and goof off, especially after dry January. Like it just feels so serious. It's so serious. Dry January. You have to be responsible and stuff.
No one told you to participate in it. You're the one that voluntarily did it.
Right? Well, you got to test yourself. I was like, maybe you're an alcoholic.
And you failed 15 days into January.
You don't know that. It
Yeah,
was for a podcast. I had to do it. It was work. It was work related.
Yeah.
I got a note from
what's up, guys?
I got a note from my doctor that says he has to partake.
Oh yeah.
He has to drink these IPAs because they're terrible, and he's not going to enjoy it anyway.
Was your doctor the bartender?
Maybe. You don't know. We're on a first name basis. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Do you like Blue Moon, Aaron?
Yes, I do like Blue Moon. Honestly, I like everything except for IPAs.
Except for the beers on your last pod.
And Indian food. I'm not a big curry guy. I don't like curry. I don't like it.
Oh my God.
So other than that, I will eat anything. I will drink anything. I don't care. I'm very adventurous when it comes to the culinary palate.
Except for that.
Except for those two things.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way, to be honest. Black olives are just about the only thing I don't like.
No problem with black
jalapenos. I know Eileen, she'll probably ask this, but I know that you're always talking about the pizza on pineapple debate.
Yeah.
Or that's how I refer to it. I put pizza on pineapple, not pineapple on pizza. I love it.
Oh my
love it.
God. It's terrible.
That's awesome that you're going to be in the glove box, though, Aaron.
Yeah,
honestly, I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't a fan of the structure, and they weren't a fan of me. And then we went to SEMA together, and we had burgers together, me, Brad, and Fred, and Papa Smurf, and a couple of other
speaking
fellas.
of Fred, he just popped in.
Yeah, Fred is awesome. Dude, if you get a chance to
What's
hang
up,
out
Fred?
Like, Fred is like, he is like, how do I describe Fred? He's the epitome of cool.
Totally cool.
He's just cool. He's just a cool guy. Like, and not only that, but he's got a voice for radio. Like, I don't know if you ever heard him talk, but he's got
he's
got one of the sexiest voices I've ever heard. I was just
now that you say it, yeah, I can see that.
Son, look at you. Like, you should be doing. He's like, listen here. He's got that dark, deep
No, you don't
voice.
have it. You don't have it. Let him
I don't
have it.
have it. There's no way I can even remotely mimic what he's got. But
No, definitely not.
and then one step further, as far as good humans are concerned, he is a legendary human being. He's helped so many people in this community, especially like building websites and Google searches and SEOs and things of that nature. And he doesn't ask for anything in return. Like and I'm like, Fred, why are you helping me? And he was like, because you're a good person and I want to see good people succeed. And that's all it takes for him. And for someone with his skill and caliber to do that for free for other people. And I mean, when you pull back the curtain, the amount of people that he's helped the same way, it's
insane.
Like, yeah. And it's just, you're in awe of a guy like that. You're like, I am blessed to be in the same orbit as you, Fred.
Absolutely.
He's a good dude. Anyway.
Yeah, he's got a pretty interesting story too.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you.
He was on Kristi's podcast, right?
He's one of the most watched views on our Curmudgeon's Corner. When he came on our show, he's easily one of the most watched. If you go by, you can do the YouTube analytics, and his episode is one of the highest watched. He just gives so much information for free.
Yeah. I actually used one of the Mothra sprayers that I got in one of the glove boxes today for the first time, and that thing is unreal.
Very awesome.
Nothing like a good sprayer, hey, Eileen?
Yeah, absolutely.
To come full circle, there's 100%. The only reason why I'm on Glove Box in March is because of Fred. Fred made it happen, and I'm grateful for his friendship.
Absolutely.
Anyway, all right, Eileen, quick fire, go.
Okay, let me pull it up here.
Let's do it. Can we do another giveaway quick? I feel like we fell behind a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you want, we can do anything you want. You're the guest, and
yeah, let's do another $25 gift card to Phoenix.
Wow. All right, Eileen, you're on notice for the question this time.
Okay. All right. Carson said earlier that he is considering doing detailing full time. Right now, how is he doing detailing? Is it at a shop? Is it at someone's house? How is he detailing?
What is it? What's going on? I don't know the answer to this.
All right. So it looks like Adamo got it, but he already got the first one. So the next one is Dark Dragon.
Dark Dragon with mobile.
Dark Dragon. Tim, what's going on, buddy?
Boop, 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 boop. All right, Dark Dragon.
Chris, what's up, man?
Just in case I do not have your contact information, please send me an email, Aaron@PhoenixEOD.com. Let me know that you're the winner, and we'll make things happen one way or another. Ghost, you're most likely you'll have to buy it, and then I can forward the gift card to whoever.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that works.
It's up to you. We'll figure it out. It out. And again, I don't think that you need to bear the brunt of all of the weight of these, but
yeah, you know where I live now.
Well, you share it between that and Utah, if I remember correctly. By the way, we still have to give away this M21 Pro. I know that people have been asking about it. Nope, I want you all to know that I haven't forgotten about it. But here's the biggest problem in the last 3 Curmudgeons. I took all of the paperwork with me to the warehouse, and I do the podcast from my office here at the house. So unfortunately, I don't have all of my notes for some dumb reason. But we do have this to give away. Ghost, I believe that you had like 6 entries.
Yeah.
Enthusiast had some. There was a couple, and that's the only
Detail
reason.
Grandma had one, I think.
Yeah, Detail Grandma. That's the only reason why I haven't given this bad boy away is because the people that got entries, I left at the warehouse, and I've forgotten 2 months in a row to bring it back with me, and I'm
I
sorry.
think everyone knows that Ghost won.
Mackenzie, right?
Ghost had like 55 people come because of him.
He probably did, but I mean, we have to be fair, and I mean, there's a 1% chance that somebody else won. Ghost had 10 entries. Yeah, but you know what? Enthusiasts, they didn't all translate to subscriptions. I got an alert on my phone every time somebody actually subscribed.
You're lying.
And it translated to 6.
Aaron, you lie to your friends, I'll lie to mine, all right? Let's not lie to each other.
If I lied on this show, I would get roasted to no end.
True.
Yeah, they are brutally honest in this chat room. So, anyway, we'll figure it out.
We all came because Ghost sent us.
I was so excited to do this giveaway tonight with you being the guest, and I went into the warehouse for no other reason other than to get all of my notes, and then I got busy doing
drinking. That's what you got busy doing.
I wasn't drinking, but I was doing all of the no direction detail stuff and setting all that up.
That's
and
right,
got really into the minutia with the no direction detail, and then I was like, oh, I got to get out of here, and I left everything on the desk. I'm a horrible person.
Terrible.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm so excited.
I'm doing my question.
All right, do your questions.
All right. Ghost, you ready?
Sure am.
Ready?
Yep.
Right. So first question is, what is your favorite smell or scent?
Oh, that's a good question. My favorite smell has got to be sandalwood.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. What's your least favorite smell or scent?
My least favorite smell. I'm going to go with the artificial banana smell.
Okay.
Eileen, do you see this on the screen right now? Do you see this on the screen right now?
No, I see it.
Wow.
That's Glove Box, bro. Glove Box coming in strong. All right, we'll do that at the 9 o'clock hour. We'll give away a Glove Box. Whoop whoop.
That's awesome.
All right, keep going. Sorry.
What is the most used app on your phone?
YouTube.
Really?
Easily.
Samsung or iPhone? Oh boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eileen.
I know. You're gonna
iPhone all day.
You can tell by the earpods or whatever you guys call it over there.
Earpods. That's funny. Yeah, AirPods. You know, I was thinking about this on one of your guys' pods, actually. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the chat, but I feel like Samsung and iPhone, I feel like it's like whichever one you kind of got first, you stick with, because you just know it like the back of your hand.
I've switched to Apple a couple of times, and I've hated every moment of it, and I've gone back.
Have you?
Yeah.
See, I always wondered.
I was an Android until Brian from Apex was like, if you're going to do video content for your products, you have to get an iPad. And I was like, anything you say, Yoda, I will follow. And so, like, I immediately went out and bought an iPhone.
Yes, Lisa.
Samsung has a way better camera.
iPhone gang.
You know, I got to be honest. The least part that I hate about Android, because I do a lot of texting. That's pretty much 90% of my life is texting. With an iPhone, you can hit reply to a particular comment, and it goes right to that particular comment. With an Android, there is no reply, and so then I have to copy and paste, and then do quotations to let you know that this is what I'm referring to when I'm talking about this particular piece. And it pisses me off because it's so cumbersome. Where with, like I said, the iPhone, I can just hold my thumb down, hit reply, and then reply to that exact comment that I want to talk about.
Where's Carlos? Carlos was here somewhere, wasn't he? He's a snap.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Oh, Carlos's boots yesterday, those things go crazy.
I saw that.
The moon boots, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Probably so comfy.
Has to be. All right, let's see. What's next? Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs. Okay, if you could listen to one song for a whole detail, what would it be?
Ooh. It's called Day Date by Clavish. He's a UK rapper.
What is it
Great
called?
song. Gets you fired up. Day Date, like like a Rolex Day Date.
Yeah.
DAY date. It's it's a good song.
I'll have to look it up.
Anything but Drake.
And really, from Canada, you're not a fan of Drake?
Hate him.
Okay, good to know. What is your favorite sandwich?
BLT.
Damn, I haven't had a BLT in a while. What is one thing you own that you should throw out?
One thing I own. Too many damn clothes.
Clothes?
Yeah, I hate to admit it.
You buy a lot of clothes?
Way too many clothes. I guess so.
All right, clothes. What is the scariest animal?
Scariest animal is probably, you don't want to mess with a pissed off jaguar.
Oh yeah, okay.
Or
what
maybe I should say Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot too, yeah. What was your first concert?
My first concert was actually the Scorpions.
Really?
Yeah, the Scorpions.
Hey, I missed the scariest animal. What's the scariest animal?
Jaguar or a Bigfoot?
Bigfoot. Sasquatch.
Yeah. Scorpions was my first concert.
Beautiful.
Interestingly enough, yeah, when I was younger, I really enjoyed like that kind of punk rock music. Like huge Blink-182 fan to this day. I've been to 2 of their concerts. Been to a Green Day concert, but yeah, no, that was actually a really good concert because it was a really small venue and I was so close up to the stage. I was probably only 8 or 9 years old. That was a really good concert.
All right. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words. They're going in on you, Aaron, in the comments.
What happened to me?
They're going in on you in the comments.
It's all right.
Oh, Tim says Taylor Swift. What is it? One day at a time.
Oh,
5
good one.
words.
That's a real good one. What is your favorite action movie?
Transformers.
Oh, I like it.
I love Transformers. It's a funny
The
story.
OG
Is my
If you could,
sorry?
if you could tell Kiev that Megatron was never a plane, I would really appreciate that. Just saying.
Is that what he says? Yeah, funny story. So my dad actually, well, he still has it. It's a 72 Camaro SS and it was yellow with the black racing stripes. So when I was in elementary school, I was the coolest kid coming out of school when Transformers came out. And my dad had obviously the old Bumblebee, right? But it was just like the coolest feeling ever that a movie came out to this car that your dad has had for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Megatron was a jet.
Megatron was on a jet.
It's not me. I'm just reading the comments. That's
Get
what
on Mackenzie.
Generation 1, Megatron was not.
Megatron was a jet for sure. Look, Q says it. Jamie says it. Mackenzie says it. Anyone
What's
else?
up, Jamie?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Welcome
Jamie's been going crazy on the YouTube
Disney,
shorts,
you
hey?
jerks.
He has been.
I'm not.
Apples or oranges?
I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not.
I like both, but I'm gonna go with apples because I don't have to work for it. I hate stuff that I have to work for, like
do have to
crab
put
and
in work.
lobster, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, if I ever make it to that point, I'm gonna pay someone just to crack it all for me, and I just come in and eat it. You know, but yeah, I'm gonna go with apple for that reason.
All right. And what do you think happens when you die?
Well, I hope you come back as a dog.
That would be pretty
Because
awesome.
all dogs are amazing and they live a pretty good life.
Thank you, Fred. Finally, a voice of reason in this friggin' world. Oh.
I don't know.
No, there is no. I don't know. There is no. It is a fact.
We've got a tractor trailer. We've got a garbage truck.
All right.
I agree, AMI.
Speaking of the Scorpions, have you ever seen the movie Free Jack?
No.
Interesting.
I don't watch very many movies, to be honest with you.
Really? That's going to bring us into the next segment, but I'm interested. Yeah.
Hey, you get me started on a good documentary, though.
Oh, yeah. I love a good documentary.
A good documentary gets me going.
Free Jack.
What's the last one you watched that you enjoyed?
I forget the title of it, but it's the one where they save the soccer team from the cave.
Oh yeah.
I forget where.
Was it
I can't remember exactly, but that if anyone hasn't seen that, if someone can find the name of it or let us know. That's a must watch.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
The Tham Luang Cave Rescue.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Well, that's what it says on YouTube.
There's a few different versions of it actually, but let me see if I could find it.
13 Lives is the name of the movie.
Lost.
13 Lives, 2022. A rescue mission assembled in Thailand, where
Thailand.
The trap.
A group of young boys and their soccer coach are trapped in a system of underground caves that are flooding. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that story is just absolutely incredible. I don't want to give it away, but if anyone hasn't seen that,
well, I mean, it was current affairs for a good portion of our lives in 2022, wasn't it?
Possibly. Oh, Napoleon Dynamite. That says. Love that movie.
That Texas DD.
I have never laughed so hard at a movie
Free
scene.
Jack, the soundtrack is done by the Scorpions, which is fantastic. But it stars, it's Mick Jagger and Emilio Estevez. And I want to say Anthony Hopkins was in that movie as well. 1992, Free Jack.
Mick Jagger.
I want to say it was one of the only movies that had a soundtrack by the Scorpions. How about that? There you go.
Interesting.
Good to know.
Nothing like a little trivia here on the Curmudgeon's Corner from the guy that knows absolutely everything about nothing.
to Diana.
Diana
Diana here. She's talking about Napoleon Dynamite, and I was gonna say that scene where Napoleon says to Pedro when he first sees his bike, and he's like, "Take it off any sweet jumps," and then he just absolutely eats it in the next scene. I've never laughed so hard in my life, and my brother actually kind of forced me to watch that because I was just like, this is going to be ridiculous, right? So I ended up kind of watching it with them. This is obviously years ago, and yeah, that scene, I think we replayed it about 20 times.
So J Farm 13, he wants you to say, "Oh, you don't know, eh?"
Oh, you don't know, eh?
Oh, you don't know, eh? I gotta be honest. Like one of my, growing up, it was it was Rick Moranis, and I forget who the other actor was, but they did This Is My Brother Daryl and My Other Brother Daryl. And they did the whole Canadian thing, and that was, what's this all about, eh? It's hysterical. And it was just like the Canadian things. But now, as far as Canada is concerned, I am a huge fan of Letterkenny. I think I've watched that series 4 times through. Have you ever watched Letterkenny?
No.
Yeah, it's about a bunch of Canadians. It says the town of Letterkenny has 5,000, a population of 5,000, and these are their stories. And it just, I don't know, I am thoroughly amused by what goes on there. Apparently,
So I need something new to watch, anyways. So I'll
hockey
check it out.
is a really big thing in Canada. Apparently, who knew? Who knew that a land that was mostly covered in ice had hockey as a very popular sport?
Yeah, I played hockey growing up. Yeah, love hockey.
Yeah,
Have you seen The Last of Us?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite shows, I guess you could call it, or series.
I be honest with you, The Last of Us, episode 3. I hated that episode. I hated it, and the reason why. So the episode is kind of a filler episode, and it's about 2 guys that were in love with each other, and it's beautifully crafted, and like the episode makes you emotionally connected to these 2 human lives. And then, spoiler alert, at the end of the episode, they both die. And it's a filler episode. And it's like, why did you make me care about these 2 people for an hour only to have it mean it was so insignificant to the story? It pissed me off to no end. I was like, the whole thing could have been summed up in a letter. Just write a letter and says, hey, all the equipment is out in the garage and we died. Sorry about that, blah, 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 blah. You could have done the entire episode in a 5-second letter, but no, you took an hour and you built this unbelievably awesome story of 2 people that just loved each other. And then you just threw it in the trash. Okay, well, moving on. Episode 4, and you're just like, no, come on! Like, why did I have to care about these people? It pissed me off so much. I was just like,
Aaron, are you that guy during movies that will be like, that's impossible?
Oh yeah. My
That
wife
could never
my
happen.
wife, everything that we watch, she's like, it's a movie. Just let it go. It's a TV
me.
show. Just let it go. And I'm just like,
I feel like a lot of people tell you that, Aaron.
What's that?
Just let it go. Just let it go.
I can't.
All day long.
Like,
just let it go.
my favorite thing in every movie, there's never any traffic. And like, traffic is the number one thing that pisses me off to no end. Like, I love road trips. I put 260,000 miles on my Dodge Dakota truck before the wheels literally fell off of the truck. Like the mounting brackets disintegrated. I drove that truck to the end of the earth. And so I love the road trip, but traffic pisses me off. And in every single movie, it's like, oh, look, they're just running. Like, my wife's favorite movie is like Silver Lining Playbook. And at the end of the movie, when she's running down the streets of Philadelphia, I'm like, there's not a single car on that road. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding? Like, who runs down the street where there's no traffic in Philadelphia? Yeah, that's me. I'm the curmudgeon for a reason. sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I don't know how you do it, Eileen.
Yeah, she doesn't treat
he talk anytime he calls me, and it's like that. It's that same conversation. It's always like, just let it go, Aaron. It's gonna
Man,
be.
I feel like
Aaron getting
Aaron
worked up
could
about
make-
movies. Eileen fixing to check her phone. I can feel it. Yep.
I feel like Aaron could make anyone's day better, though. That's a nice thing about
Oh,
you, Aaron.
absolutely.
Don't matter what news you got.
If I'm in the middle of a detail and I'm like stressing out, I call this guy immediately, and we will talk for a whole hour about all kinds of shit.
That's awesome.
We'll give each other
It's absolutely nothing, but it's just like
nothing.
he's in this faux rage about everything, and it's just like, yes, I'm angry about that too. I'm glad you brought it up.
And then we'll spend like 30 minutes ranting about something, and then the next 30 minutes, we're doing something else.
Like, why did I call you again?
Yeah,
no, who cares?
I just want you to know that I love you, Eileen. Thanks for calling. It's just like, yeah, I love you too. Bye bye. My life is not nearly as bad as yours. I apologize for feeling down.
Okay,
Goodbye.
we'll do this. We'll chat again later. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Can we give away a bottle of the Furies?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we're at 9:06. Let's definitely give away a bottle of the Furies.
Awesome.
Furies. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so
I have a question.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
Just making sure it's not on the screen here. Okay. What animal is in Eileen's new logo?
Oh,
okay.
That's a fantastic question. I feel like we discussed it too at the last episode, but I forget.
Well, anyone that followed. Oh, no.
There it is. Texas enthusiast. Boom.
It's all over my social media, yeah.
I don't think enthusiast can win though. Didn't he win like within 2 episodes ago?
Are we still doing that?
Is he boycotting you too, enthusiast?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing: is like I get like a lot of people that will DM me or email me, and they're like, "Well, these people win all the time, and they don't give us a chance." And da 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 da.
Oh,
Ghost, you're at the top of that list, buddy.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Megatron is on your logo for sure. It's Megatron. David Ruiz wins. It's Megatron. All right.
Megatron.
Listen, because it's your logo, Eileen, I will leave it up to you. Do you want Enthusiast to win, or do you want me to pass it down to who's the next one?
Ghost brought me here. No, give it to Enthusiast.
All right, Enthusiast it is. It could have been Texas Didi, but unfortunately, Texas Didi Enthusiast wins the Furies.
He hasn't won in a while. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, well, all right, done. Furies, going to Enthusiast. Congratulations, sir. Well done. Thank you for paying attention to the show. Yeah, Aaron's like, yeah, a lot of people complain about you guys. Stop starting trouble, Mackenzie.
Oh, no,
I thought that you Canadians were supposed to hang out together.
Mackenzie's like this.
Yeah, I thought you guys were supposed to support each other. All right.
See, look at that. He said, thank God. See, he tried another company's iron remover and nearly died in my driveway.
Well,
awesome.
I have it on attention to detail. Chelsea from Attention to Detail. When she was helping me test the iron remover, not only did she bring in her husband, who apparently hates every iron remover, but she also brought in both of her kids to say, hey, smell this. It's not terrible. So...
Yeah, actually, when it saved my butt was because I typically would save the Furies as a dedicated wheel cleaner. And I was doing a GLE 43 Mercedes polish, and I was during the decon step there, and I just had these iron deposits that I could just not get out, right? And I was doing the clay towel method, and sure enough, pulled out the Furies and just sprayed it down, and it was Like that's when I really fell in love with that product. So if
Awesome.
anyone in the chat hasn't tried it, it's an underdog for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Great product.
AMI, that's funny.
So Rick Smith points out, it says that I point out impossible things in movies, a handgun, jet, that robot that talks is possible.
You really
So
do.
I do have a very scalable critique, if you will. Like if like, you know, superhero movies and things of that nature that you're supposed to suspend belief, like, you know, like Shazam is possible. The guy can use the word Shazam and turn into a superhero. It's magic. I can suspend reality to that point. But if there is something that is built in reality and you want me to just swallow it as, like, my son always is like, it's called plot, Dad. They're just doing it to move the story along. That pisses me off so very much.
What the real
Yeah.
question I have is what doesn't piss you off?
You.
Oh, that's good. That's a good answer.
You don't piss me off at all. You know, even when you're sucking up to another company to try to win something on their YouTube channel, I don't get mad at that at all.
You don't get mad at that?
Not even a little bit.
What's good, Eddie?
Nope, that's perfectly fine. I'm totally good. I'm totally okay with that, Eileen. I totally am all right. I'm fine. I don't.
All right, we'll see.
I don't have any problems with that at all.
I knew it.
No, that's totally cool. I'm good.
Papa Smurf, is that even a question who my favorite Smurf is? Papa Smurf, baby.
Papa Smurf.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Smurfette. You know,
that's what Keith said.
Heterosexual male, but that's cool. If you want to pick Papa Smurf as an old bearded Smurf is your favorite, that's cool too, I guess. All right, we're derailing quickly, and it's my fault, and I apologize.
No way.
Yeah. Aaron, is the new collab with Christian and Godfrey at BioBombs coming as a concentrate or RTU? I would assume that it's going to be, John, I assume that it's going to be a concentrate, and then you'll pour into the bottle and drop the mini into it, because if you drop the mini into the concentrate, that would just be...
Oof, that's okay.
Yeah, it would be so over the top. So I'm going to assume that it's going to be a concentrated bottle with an empty bottle that you can pour into the empty bottle, fill up with water, and then add the mini. That's my assumption. We're still talking it all out.
Very cool.
Carson, did you try out that board yet? What does that mean?
Oh, he's talking about the skateboard. Unfortunately not. Should probably take it slow too, because you could bust your head pretty quick skateboarding.
You skateboard?
Eddie, you're making me blush. I mean, I used to skateboard. Skateboarding's super fun though, man. Snowboarding, skateboarding.
I was gonna say, if you skateboard, do you snowboard as well?
Yeah. I skied when I was obviously younger, and then snowboarding kind of became cool, and it was the thing that everyone wanted to do, you know. So I started snowboarding, and then skiing picked up again, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've always kind of wanted to try skiing again, but I absolutely love snowboarding. We have a beautiful mountain up here called Big White, and it's literally a town on a mountain, and you take
it's
the
my
gondola.
nickname, by the way, just for the record.
XEAF.
No.
See how we all got quiet?
Big White.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that just the name you give yourself, or?
Yeah.
Nobody else.
You're Big White. Oh, you're amazing. And I'm like, thank you, Handy. You're the best too.
Oh man, that's great.
Moving on. Continue with your story.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just a beautiful mountain up here. It's about an hour drive from my place, but you actually take the gondola up to the town, and they have, I mean, restaurants. They even got, I think there's even actually a school up there, but it's a massive mountain, and they get tons of snow. So yeah, no, I enjoy snowboarding, and um, even I saw that Steven had some skateboards in one of his videos, so I kind of hit him up. I was like, "Oh, you skateboard, dude? That's pretty cool." And then I ended up getting one the other day. So yeah,
Nice.
that's where that came from.
That's where that came from.
Hey, what's going on, X's and O's?
Oh,
Definitely compensating for something, Mike.
definitely. Yeah. So what? I don't care. I'm Irish.
That's funny. So, Carson, what do you do? So you're detailing full time. What do you do when you're not detailing? What do you enjoy doing
Oh,
detailing?
I like to go for walks and hike. Like to stay active.
You have any pets?
I do not.
Hmm.
I do not. I really want a dog, but
Yeah.
don't have one of my own.
Okay.
Are you married? Kids? Anything like that?
Nope,
All right.
neither.
All right. So we have an eligible bachelor. The bidding starts at $75.
Well, the chat slowed down real
Yeah,
quick.
right.
Come
All
on,
of a sudden
guys.
they're like,
No, the
weird.
chat's still recovering from Big White. I think
Yeah,
that's
I know. I'm sorry for that.
everyone's still kind of
Yeah, really.
shush,
Like
shush,
all of a
whatever.
sudden we went to 0 views.
Yeah, they were like, "Ooh, Big White, gotta
All right.
go."
Aaron, were you the only one that didn't get sick from MTE?
I know I didn't get sick. I don't remember Humberto being sick. But like the core guys, and maybe Eddie kind of avoided it. I'm not sure. It wasn't really clear in the chats, but I know Jamie and Christian came down with like something otherworldly, and I know Hawaii Tim got real sick too, but he said it was only for like 24 hours. He had like a 24-hour bug, so I'm glad that he's on the bounce back, but I didn't get hit at all. And I'm
Wow.
surprised because the way that I've been running burning the candle, I thought for sure like my immune system has got to be in the trash, and no, I felt fine.
The only one without snake oil doesn't get sick, eh?
Boom, 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 boom. They
Yeah,
still
you're
think
winning
that
all
was
around.
they still think that's a burner account that I made and sent it. I don't even know who got that text message.
Oh, the
would-
one you messaged me off of?
Yeah.
Mute.
Eddie is right there in the chats. Yeah, speaking of Steve Pearson, I saw him on the first day. We had DM'd each other, and he was like, "Are you coming to MTE? Let's hang out." And da 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 da. And I saw him, and I gave him a really big hug, and then I never saw him again. And it's a shame because there was a couple of people.
Yo, Adrian, what's good?
First and foremost, everybody was invited to Christian's B&B to hang out, and it was. I mean, we talk about like it was a full blown house. It had an entertainment room with an arcade and foosball and air hockey. There was a swimming pool out back and a hot tub, and the whole thing was enclosed in like a greenhouse. It was like a greenhouse screen.
Mm.
And it was awesome, and it was right on the lake. And like everybody was invited, but a good portion of us like trailed off. Like we couldn't get Eric from Charleston to come out. He missed the boat and a bunch of other stuff. But I mean, it would have been so awesome to be able to hang out with Steve. Again, that's what makes all of these events so special. Is knowing everybody from the chat rooms and then being able to have that personal interaction and connection with them, and you feel like you've known everybody for forever. Like nobody that I've encountered, either at SEMA or at MTE, has ever felt like a stranger. And even over at Southern Detailers Conference, when like Ryan Mulhern came out, I mean, there was a bunch of guys that came out from all over the place just to come out and hang out with, you know, the Phoenix people. None of them felt like strangers. It was like, oh, hey man, how you been? Where you been? You know, that kind of stuff. And that's what I just love about being a part of all of this, is that, you know, even though we've never physically hung out, we all feel a kinship to one another. It's pretty impressive to be like, even Adrian. I've known Adrian, you know, on the phone, and you know, and he's a distributor of mine. But when he came out to SEMA, it was just like, hey dude, where you been? And the big embraces and the big hugs and just hanging out with each other. Eileen, you took my breath away when I came around that corner at SEMA, and everybody but me knew that you were going to be there.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, that was wholesome.
I got punched in the chest. I was just like,
I was like, Eddie did the same thing when he saw me. He looked at me, and I was like, "You're gonna give me a hug or what?"
It was wild. And you know, Ghost, it's the same way with you, man. Like the next time you're, you know, in the States and we can connect, it'll be just like, you know, two brothers that haven't seen each other in a while.
Definitely.
Oh, totally. I would love to meet up. Yeah,
for sure.
And that was what I thought was pretty special about MTE. I mean, I wasn't there obviously, but I feel with SEMA, I mean, obviously two incredible events, but I feel like SEMA is kind of hectic, and you know, it's just so big that you're trying to go here, you're trying to catch this, you know, and all that. And MTE, I feel, is a bit more personable, right? And
100%.
And then I feel like, you know, at the end of SEMA, you sit back and you're just like, what the heck did I do all weekend? You know what I mean? You like it, and then whereas MTE, you kind of get to soak it in a little bit. And so yeah, if between the two, I'd probably want to join you guys at MTE. I think that would be awesome.
I agree. I told Papa Smurf this morning when we were talking on the drive in. I think for him and his channel, SEMA was better because he could go to like these big booths and these industry leaders. You know, like you know, he went over to see the Bearded Hunter.
That KCX.
Yeah, over it. I think he's Lithium now, isn't he?
KCX. Coach Kemi.
Coach Kemi. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So he was able to go and get that kind of content, and then, you know, and go to all these other big, huge companies and get content. But as for, you know, me on the connection level with, like, you know, you guys and my audience and the show, MTE was so much better. It was relaxed. It was laid back. You know, Thor, House of Rags didn't have any like booth obligations. So, you know, they were out wandering around. And like I said, when we had that moment when everybody was able to go to the convenience store and just hang out and you know, roast each other and talk and and you know, the first night that we were there, Wednesday night, Humberto and Matt and I went over to Eddie and Jamie's hotel, and we were able to talk about collaborations and product lines and what you know, what Phoenix should do in 2025, and really get to pick their brains. And you know, it's important to me, like with such a huge distributor that is Thor, the House of Rags, it was important to me to convey to both of them how much I appreciated them. And I don't think that you can do that over the phone. I don't think that you can do that in a Zoom or in a podcast like this. It's really something that, you know, Eddie's sitting beside me, Jamie's sitting across from me, and we're able to just share and talk and have a real fellowship, a heart to heart, and get to know the person behind the company. And, you know, and that builds a real loyalty. Like, you know, there's 1,000 things that have been said out in the media against Thor, against Phoenix, against
Who
Aaron,
says it?
against Jamie, against
Oh,
Eddie.
yeah, not Thor.
Just say the words, Aaron.
What's that?
Just say
Who
the
says
words,
all
and
these
me and
things?
Eileen, me and Eileen will handle it.
For sure.
Well, again, Curmudgeon's Corner has never been one to throw shade at anybody. We try to keep things as bygones as bygones. But for me, that was a really, I really cherished that moment and that experience with Eddie and Jamie. And I had my chemist on my phone, and I was like, hey, just so you know, everything that I'm about to send you, you don't need to respond to. I'm in a brainstorming session with these guys, and I'm just sending you, what we're talking about. And so it was just basically every time Jamie or Eddie had something to contribute, I was just firing it off, to the chemist, and said, hey, on Monday when I get back to the office, you and I can talk about this, that, and the other thing. Only Keith talks smack about Phoenix. Everybody else at Thor is. He's not
Saw
wrong.
that
He's not
coming.
wrong. I got the text message that shows it, that everybody else is selling snake oil. But boy, Aaron is an HR nightmare. Yeah, for sure.
No way.
Yeah, it's true. If I wasn't in charge of HR, I would have been fired already.
Aaron, you just keep it a buck, man. And I like that about you.
Hawaii Tim said, he's like, this is the one guy that is going to say everything that hits his mind with zero filter. So whatever he says is what he believes.
That is
and
very
it's true. I kind of I don't have that filter where, I like to call things out. And I like to think I like to think that I call things balls and strikes. You know what I mean? Like, if I like something, I'll support it. If I don't like something, I'll bash it. But at the end of the day, it's I don't like to what's the word? Patronize. I don't like to patronize. I don't like to pontificate. I don't like to blow smoke. Because as a company and as a human being, I don't think that I can grow if somebody is placating me or is patronizing me. I kind of want to hear your critique so I can be better, so that my company can be better. And that's pretty much how I deal with everybody. Sorry. Let's give something away. The Glove Box wants to give something away. It's 9:30, hour and a half in. Let's give something away from Glove Box.
Glove Box.
It is, Fred did mention in the comments that it is the lower 48. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, Ghost. I go against your people. I go against Hawaii Tim, and I go against Alaska. But let's give something away to the lower 48 from
Glove Box.
Glove Box.
Let's do it. Do you want me to ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let me pull this up really quick. All right. Carson said he could listen to one song for the whole detail. What song name was it?
I will give the winner to two answers.
Tim, you
All
almost
right,
got it.
there it is. There it is. We got it. Somebody said
Who
it.
got it? Oh,
David Boyce.
negative.
Yes, Scorpions.
Negative.
Oh, I think Diane got it.
Yeah, Dee Dee got it.
Dee Dee got it?
Yep.
All right, date.
Nice one.
I was going to say anything but Drake. Anything but Drake.
That would have been good.
That would have been good. But all right,
Yeah.
Dee Dee, finally, Dee Dee wins something. She's been riding my ass for 2
Awesome. I was just
years.
talking with her today, actually. Nice win.
All right, Dee Dee, make sure you send me at Aaron at Phoenix E.O.D. your contact information. I will forward it to Fred, and Fred will make sure that you get a March glove box, which just so happens to be Phoenix E.O.D. Bop, 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 bop.
I think Eddie said he wanted to give away something. What
Is that right?
Yeah.
Eddie, what do you want to give away? If
Eddie,
we
let us-
make it for 2 hours, we'll go 2 hours. Let's go. Let's do it. What did Eddie want to give away? Give away some muffin tops? I don't know what that even means.
That should be a Jamie giveaway. Isn't Jamie the one that likes the muffin tops?
And it says, Eddie, give away some muffin tops.
Box
Boop,
of
boop, boop.
Snickers.
Fred, you'll be happy to know that Texas DD lives in Texas, the lower 48.
Jamie's giving away some gators. I'm gonna give away Detail Co Polisher.
Oh, what?
What?
Holy mother
That's
of pearl!
crazy.
Eddie, are you sure about this? I'll give you a take back right now. I'll give you a take back. That is an unbelievable giveaway. I mean,
No, Eddie
dude,
keeps
we
it
don't
a
even have
buck.
500 subscribers. I think that's too much. If we were to have 500 subscribers, I'd be like, all right,
Full send, he said. Full send.
send that mug. All right. Courtesy of the House of Rags, I'm going to do a shameless promo. Brian Spittler from Apex Auto Detailing and I did our second Thor Media podcast yesterday. No Direction Detail. I set up the Instagram page today. It is an absolutely on fire podcast. I don't know when House of Rags is going to air it. It could be next week. It could be the following week. But we filmed it yesterday and it was so much fun. Brian, I love the fact that I have Brian Spittler raw and uncut, unlike all of his, for the last 8 years of all of his detailing YouTube videos. He's humble, he's quiet, he's very monotone. He gives you the information, blah, 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 blah. And now I have him sitting beside me and we are just ripping stuff and doing stuff. And it's so much fun. I can't wait for the second episode to play. So the House of Rags, Eddie, the House of Rags, thank you so much for this unbelievably donation of a polisher. I think we should hold on to this until the close of our show. What do you think?
Sure.
All right. Polisher. Got it. Thor polisher. Eddie, you're amazing. Was an IPA involved? No, but burgers. We did a burger taste test. We had, I think, 6 different fast food burgers, and we ranked the burgers.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we talked about a bunch of dumb stuff. And the theme was 80s horror movies. So we did 80s horror movies, and we ate a whole bunch of fast food burgers. And Fred, good to see you. Thanks for coming out. I need to get going. Everyone, have a great night. Fred, you are beautiful. Thanks for the donation of the glove box to Dee. You're a good cat, dude. I'm grateful for your friendship. Anyway, so yeah, we did horrors of the 80s.
Horrors?
Horrors. Yeah, horrors. Horrors.
Oh, horrors.
Horror movies. Horror movies of the 80s. And we ate fast food cheeseburgers and we ranked them, and it was a lot of fun. And I don't know when it's going to air, but I mean, honestly, out of the 11 podcasts that Thor Media does, No Direction Detail is the best. You know it is. I mean, Funkin' Homies is a close second, but No Direction Detail is the best.
I agree.
McDonald's regular hamburger, number 1, coming from a guy that eats gas station Subway sandwiches on a regular. Are you kidding me with this nonsense? Get out of here. Anyway, you'll just have to wait for the episode. I've said too much. Penis. He asked me to say P and S 3 times fast. I did. Penis.
Oh, Jordan, you're setting him up.
And he says McDonald's burger gives you butt pain.
Pain. Yeah, he eats Subway subs from a gas station and thinks that they're fire or it slaps or whatever it is that these kids are saying today. Yeah, unfortunately, Jamie, you're
Carson, what's your ultimate car, your dream car? If money was no object, what would you get?
I can't.
I'm a really big fan of the Urises lately. I didn't like them when they first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a Urus. I mean, I could say SVJ, you know what I mean? But I'm really into the SUVs to tell you the truth.
Yeah, the Urus is a nice SUV.
Yeah, actually had a BMW 335i before my X6, and I obviously wanted to get something that was all-wheel drive for the winters in Alberta, and then ended up moving out here, and yeah, just really fell in love with, I feel like it has the perfect amount of room, all-wheel drive, and it's fast. It's got comfort. So I actually had my car shipped from North York, Ontario. So I'd been in the market for a few years actually, and I kind of knew the spec that I wanted. And yeah, this one popped up, and
What kind
this
of
was
car is this?
obviously
Yaris for the win. It's not a Yaris. The chat seems to think you're down for a Toyota Yaris.
oh, Yaris.
I
No,
don't even.
Urus.
Urus.
Who makes it?
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini Urus. All right.
Yeah, those are nice.
Well, as a big fat guy, I lean towards trucks no matter what.
I don't know why I always pictured you in like one of those smart cars.
Yeah, Mr. Bean car.
You're just being hurtful now. Okay, you're just being hurtful. That's not true.
I can see you just like zooming through traffic, just angry, window always down, just like.
Yeah. In a Purus. In a Purus that comes with a free dental dam with every purchase. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you.
And the license plate is big white.
Big white.
Yeah.
My license plate is big white.
In a
WHTE. I love you, but I hate you.
Oh, RS6s are nice, Chris M. RS6s are real nice.
Cullinan.
I've just always been a Beamer guy, though. Oh, Mackenzie, 100%. Cullinan, how did I forget?
For sure.
Oh, a nice Cullinan. Those are crazy.
Yeah, I remember the Yugo. Of course, I remember the Yugo.
You had one of those?
I had a Pinto. It said it would explode on rear impact. Just like.
That's what she said.
Just like 555, 555, 5555. That's right. That's exactly right. You knew where this was going.
I knew it.
I appreciate it.
I mean, I thought we would go there with your raw and uncut comment, and I was going to tell Rick that that's what summons Smurf, but nobody grabbed it, so I let it go.
It's a hit or miss with this crowd. Sometimes we have locker room humor. Sometimes we're upper echelon. But today, I choose locker room.
Always. 1970 Volvo 145.
All right. Carson, top 4 movie genres.
I'm gonna go with action.
Okay.
Comedy.
All right.
Mafia. That's a genre, right?
I don't know.
Pretty sure Mafia.
Usually Mafia is usually with action, but okay. Like when you say Mafia, you're talking about like Godfather and Goodfellas, and maybe that's I guess that's drama. Maybe
it's got a little bit of everything in it.
Comedy.
Yeah. Most of those movies.
We'll do Mafia. All right, Mafia.
I've been enjoying some sci-fi lately.
And here we go.
And then
here we go. What? Here we go. What?
I was just
you're throwing punches. What are you throwing punches at?
I wasn't saying anything. I was just
sounded like you were saying something.
No, I was reading a text. I thought I was nothing.
Yeah, and you said documentary. Adamos is saying you said documentary.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give that an honorable mention. So, out of the top 4 movies from that genre, what's your favorite genre out of those 5? Action, comedy, mafia, sci-fi, and documentary. Which would you say is your best, your favorite?
Action.
the way that Brian says it, he's like, if I come across this when I'm scanning through channels and I come across this, I have to stop and I will watch it every time. So action.
Yeah.
So out of the action, what would you say is your favorite action movie?
Oh, it's definitely Transformers.
You're killing me.
Best movie of all time, though, is Step Brothers or Superbad.
Would you say that right meow?
It is the best.
Yeah, right meow.
Superbad.
Right meow.
He's
Right.
doing a trooper thing.
Thank you. Thank you, Eileen.
You're welcome.
I don't know how many times I was going to have to say meow.
You're a clown.
This is so stupid. I am so stupid. Are you saying right meow?
Oh,
Super Troopers is your
Mackenzie,
favorite.
I watched that. I was talking with Diane about that. Yeah, it's a YouTube detailer that we all know. They came out with a documentary on I guess their lives, I guess you could say. But yeah, it was a good watch.
Which one?
It's about, well, I don't know the title of it. Oh, it's called an update on our family.
Oh. Yeah. All right. So Eddie says, what is your best 3 mafia movies? There's been some great
Ron,
ones that are
100%. A Bronx Tale is one of my
Tale.
favorite movies of all time.
Bronx Tale's my favorite.
Yep.
Obviously, Scarface is goated.
Now you can't leave. That is easily one of the best scenes in cinema.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
The whole movie is the best.
Sorry, Eileen?
What's that?
Which movie?
Bronx Tale. Bronx Tale is the best.
Yeah. No, 100%. I wonder what category. Well, I guess those are obviously shows, but the whole Power series is solid.
I haven't seen that one. That's good?
Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're all really good. So there's Power, there's BMF, there's Raising Kanan. So there's like a bunch of series, and 50 Cent is the producer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I highly recommend you check those out.
I'm gonna check it out.
Well, I mean, that is like the third question is your top 4 favorite TV shows.
Say hello to my little friend. HM. My top 4 favorite TV shows. Oh, this is a good one. I actually really enjoy myself a good show. Or series, right?
Whatever, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I didn't watch a ton of TV growing up until probably about 5 years ago. And it's just because I never really found anything I liked until I sat through a few episodes of Ozark, and that kind of changed things for me in terms of a long day at work, getting home and throwing something on the TV. I love that series. What else is there for TV shows? Well, The Last of Us is up there for sure. Oh, Animal Kingdom. Have you guys seen Animal Kingdom?
I have not.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've seen the other two that you mentioned, but I've never seen the Animal Kingdom.
Tons of action in that show.
What streaming service is that on?
I think that's on Netflix, I want to say.
All right, I'll check it out.
I think Netflix. And then Real Housewives, Mackenzie says. Jesus. Yeah, Adamo knows what's good. Seriously, guys, that's a great show. And I don't know if Papa Smurf's still in here, but one of the main characters is named Smurf, but it's a female. But yeah, that's a sick show. And then Tiger King. Trying to think about my 4th favorite. I know there's a lot out there. Oh, come on, Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Are you kidding?
Eileen, I just sent you a quote from them earlier today.
I don't watch it because it's on Apple TV. So.
Oh, whatever.
Get Aaron to give you his password.
Yeah. So, Eileen, if you don't mind me sharing, Eileen and I were talking back and forth, and she had said,
Did you even give me a chance to say don't share? You were just like, I hope you're okay with me sharing.
"Are you okay with me
But
sharing this?" I mean, it's all
after he
family here.
shares, I hope
It's
you
all
don't mind.
here. I'm going to say it tactfully so that you don't look
You
bad.
can say it how you need to say it.
But basically, the bottom line is, she was like, "I don't like talking about things that I don't have an interest in." And I said, the
That's
easiest.
not how it went. That's not how it went.
I'm paraphrasing.
Don't paraphrase. Don't paraphrase it because that's not even the right way to paraphrase.
All right, then you go. Then it's not my story to tell. It's not my story to tell. You tell the story.
This is how the conversation started. Oh, my battery's done. The conversation started with him being sensitive. That I made a comment prior to this conversation that we can fill in any empty space in Curmudgeon's corner because he can. What did I say? What was the word that I used?
I said I have the gift of gab. I can babble. I said I can babble for hours.
Right. Because I said he can babble for hours.
Yeah.
He made sure to mention that because he was feeling some type of way about it. And so I said, it's not anything for you to feel sensitive about. I actually envy that about you because I am not someone that can do that. Like, I will only have a conversation unless I know the topic and I feel comfortable about it. But if you're talking about stuff that I don't really know a lot about, then I'm going to be kind of like shut down because I don't really know what to say. And so go ahead.
That's 100% accurate. And all I said to her was, one of my favorite shows is Ted Lasso, and one of the greatest lines from any show that I've ever watched was from Ted Lasso, and it says, "Be curious, not judgmental." AKA, if you don't know something about something, ask questions. You can be a great interviewer without knowing any of the subject matter by just asking questions. So like yesterday, Brian from Apex, he knows 1,000 times more than I will ever know about detailing. And so he's talking, and sometimes I don't understand what he's talking about. So I'll just say, time out. What does that mean? Or what does that mean? Or what does that mean? And what does that mean? And so as far as what I was trying to convey to Eileen was, when it comes to doing interviews like this, if we go into a subject matter that I don't know anything about, I should be asking questions instead of like not paying attention, which is like when Carlos and Eileen were talking last episode. Eileen carried the show because I had really nothing to contribute to mobile detailing. I've never been a mobile detailer. And so when those guys were getting into the minutia of mobile detailing, I just kind of faded to the question, like to the comment sections, and was, carrying on in the chat room versus paying attention and asking questions. And that's all I was saying to Eileen was, if you ever get into a situation where you don't know or you're not invested in what the conversation is about, just ask questions, because if I have a question about something, chances are somebody else in the chat room has got that exact same question.
I have a question about something.
Sure.
Who is, and maybe this is weird that I don't know, but who is Stouffer's Garage?
Who is who?
He's disaster detail YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
Who where?
And all of them.
You could go down the rabbit hole with him, but it's funny because Detail Geek doesn't speak on other YouTubers too much, right?
Yeah.
And he's made a video on him before, so I haven't really watched many of his videos, but he's been accused of staging details like a lot of disaster details have. Ivan proved it to us in that video that he made with where he set it up.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to kind of find out info on their kind of whole story.
Yeah. I don't follow the. I guess I'm not really much of a fan of the disaster details.
Yeah, me either.
I don't really know much about. I mean, obviously you can't be a detailer without knowing like the detail geek guy, and then there's another one, but I've never heard of Stouffer's ever.
Well, and he's got over 1 million subscribers, which is crazy to think about.
Oh wow.
And you don't really hear about him, but
yeah, I know Ivan did that. He had like a fake mouse put in there, and that was pretty cool.
And then he actually ended up finding a nest in
the
engine bay too.
Yeah. Under the hood. Yeah.
I have no idea what we're all talking about.
Disaster detailers.
Right.
There's a few popular ones. So everyone in the comment, they're talking about. I'm while you're talking, I'm listening. I'm reading the comments, and everyone's talking about the Stouffer's guy, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah. Right.
So I guess he's a very popular disaster detailer.
Okay. But it's all fake.
But I don't know anyone that watches them.
It's all
so
fake.
I don't know where these views are coming from.
Oh, he's creating accounts, maybe like you, Aaron.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Burner phone galore.
Take it back. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
Kimberly. Yeah, literally though.
All right.
It's so funny. People in the comments too. They're just like, I knew it. I called you out.
Is this stuff really that like obvious?
Oh no, I'm talking about the video that Ivan did. Like people acting like they're like, oh, we knew. You know what I mean?
Nobody knew.
No, you did.
Nobody knew.
But yeah, like to speak more on it, I guess there's been like he'll have maggots like just in the oddest places, right? And it's just like you would look at that and you would be like, I don't care how long that car's sitting, it wouldn't look like that, and they wouldn't be where they're located, right? So like for instance, there would be no evidence of like them living there for a long period of time. You get what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So there's ways, that you can't slip many things past the internet. So especially with that many viewers. And then I think Detail Geek was saying something how he kind of copies his content or whatever. So because they were doing family content in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a situation that happened, which this documentary that we're talking about is on. It's called An Update on Our Family. And so they're not in the brightest light in the whole YouTube world. And that was pretty much their only income. So they had to pivot. And funny enough, he started doing disaster details. And now he still does that to this day. And I mean, unless you know, you don't know, right? So you can be watching any YouTuber at any time and not knowing kind of their history, I guess you could say, right? Yeah, Steve, you got to watch it. It's interesting. Yeah, Mackenzie, that's the definition of cancel culture. Like she got canceled to the point where like no one's heard from her since that day.
Wait, who?
His wife, sorry.
Oh, Stouffer's
There's a lot to the story. His wife, yeah. So they had a family channel, and they had kids on it, obviously, and whatnot. And people would attach to that, right? So then they were adopting a child from China, I think it was. And like I said, like people get attached to these characters per se on YouTube, and sometimes you realize everything isn't what it seems on the surface, and that's the thing you got to be careful with a lot of times with YouTube and even TV shows and stuff. Like you only see what these people want you to see, right? So it goes back to like people like, oh, their life is so perfect and glamorous and this and that, and they don't have problems like everyone else. Well, they do, you just don't see it. So don't put yourself down thinking that their life is so much different than yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a documentary out there that talks about all this. Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah. So it explains kind of the situation that happened with this. Basically, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it but they adopted a child from China or whatever, and they realized it had some issues. The child had some issues. So I don't know what it was. Let's say 2 years in, they returned the kid because it was getting too hard.
Oh wow! Wait, what's the name of this? Somebody, what's the name of this documentary? Because I want to watch
It's
it.
called An Update on Our Family.
An update on our family. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
it's a weird title, I know.
This is our homework. Our homework is to watch this.
And I think it's on Amazon. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Eddie is it's crazy. But
oh,
yeah.
it's not on YouTube. It's on Amazon.
No, it's not on YouTube. The documentary is on Amazon, I think. Yeah, you're right, Dee. My bad.
Hold on, because I'm getting on here right now so I can look for it. An update on our family. Let's see. An update.
Movie night.
Oh, I didn't even finish it. It already came out.
Yeah, exactly, Steve.
I see this. A 3-part series on our family exposed the hidden in plain sight something. Okay, I guess we gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's an exploration of the complex world of a family, vlogging through the lenses of one family story and the sudden online disappearance of their adopted son.
I'm gonna send it to you right now, Eddie.
It's on Max, by the way.
I found it on
According to
Yeah,
IMDb, it's on Max. Don't ever question me.
I'm telling you that I found it on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Eddie.
From the corners of my mind,
And so this is about this Stouffer's guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it.
The things you'll learn on the Curmudgeon's Corner. Bum, bum, bum. The more you know.
So they rehomed. In their defense, determined the adoption world is rehomed. That's what you do with a cat. You don't do that with a whole child.
One that you've been exploiting on YouTube for the past, you know what I mean?
Elijah Craig is excellent. I highly recommend it. I brought it to the party at Christian's B&B, and that is fire.
You really don't know people.
What?
Eddie, he said, look, we're talking real life. I left Montana when my best friend got pushed off a cliff 8 days after marriage. People you really don't know, people unpredictable. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Rather get caught with it than without it, right, Eddie? He was saying up here how like you gotta protect yourself nowadays. He said I tell my kids to carry a blank because people are fake as heck now.
Yeah. Wait, everything on the internet isn't real? Yeah, no, they can't prove it if it's not true.
I agree with that, Keith. 99% of Facebook is completely fake. It's crazy.
All right. Hey, we are approaching hour 2.
What? Preaching where?
We are preaching hour 2. No, we are approaching hour 2, and we have a polisher to give away from Thor.
Let's do it.
Thor, if you haven't already known, Thor stands for the House of Rags. They are setting the world on fire. They are your go-to distributor for all things detailing. They have conquered Japan and Australia and the UK and a billion other countries. I believe they have their hearts and eyes set on Southern Americas, the Latinos section. So everything and anything that you want detailing wise, make sure you go to thehouseofrags.com. They are giving away in hour 2 a polisher. So based upon the questions that we've already asked our magnificent guest,
we made Mike G order some Subway.
What did he DoorDash Subway? That's fantastic.
You got that cheesesteak.
All right. Yeah. What are the 5 words? What are the 5 words that Ghost says that will describe the rest of his life? What are the 5 words that describe Ghost's life one day at a time?
Good question.
Bam. Enthusiast, you can't win. Stop it.
Stop questions.
Mackenzie gets it. Did Mackenzie win? Mackenzie won. Enthusiast won, right? No.
Oh, really? Oh,
no, Mackenzie did not win. But
Adamo.
Enthusiast did. Yeah. So Mackenzie wins. Mackenzie, right out of the gate.
Congrats,
oh wait,
guys.
no, he said. Wait, no, that was.
Yeah, my chat's all over the place. You're right.
It's
though.
okay. No, Mackenzie wins, but I believe that she's in Canada. But it was glove box that said lower 48. I don't believe that Thor had that stipulation.
Eddie said it. He said, if you're in
Eddie's-
Canada, I'll buy you lunch.
Buy you a Happy Meal.
What? Wait, what did he say?
In Canada, you don't even get the fries with it
Yeah,
Oh,
he said he'll buy her
alright.
for that
lunch.
amount of money.
Okay, so then it'll be up to Thor if they want to give it to John Weber or Mackenzie. Mackenzie lives in Canada. John Weber, I don't really know where John Weber lives, but I will let Eddie decide where he wants to send it to, or if he wants to just send them a Happy Meal, Mackenzie a Happy Meal. It's up to you, Eddie. Eddie, let
As
me
long as
know
it
what
comes
you
with-
want to do.
Tell them
with
as long
this
as it comes with a
polisher.
toy, Mackenzie.
I know that donate it to Phoenix Campaign or Lydia.
Jamie's gonna start doing their content in Spanish.
Oh boy, it's the Pan the organizer opposite, where he does everything in French. Jamie's gonna do it in Spanish. I don't know who Lydia is. Sorry, I'm kind of slow.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. I'll let him know after the episode.
Eddie's not respond. I can send it to you, and you can send it to her. Ha ha. All right, I've done my part. So I'm going to write down Thor Polisher, Mackenzie, or John Weber.
Let's keep the giveaways going. Let's do another $25 gift card.
Holy heck! All right, if you want to. I mean, I'm kind of toasted at this point, so anything goes.
Yeah, add it to my tab, Aaron.
All right, brother. According to Ghost, what is the scariest animal?
Ooh.
Ba, ba, ba. Not Ghost. Sorry, Bill. Not Ghost. Mackenzie wins Phoenix E.O.D. I do oars. I don't know what that even means, but all right. All right, so Mackenzie wins the polisher.
We already did. Didn't we do that already? Didn't we figure that out?
Well, no, I just figured Eddie just said that he was going to give it to Mackenzie. So anyway,
Yeah.
Deer, Jaguar, Bigfoot. It looks like Jordan gets a $25 gift certificate. And that is J Farm 13. Congratulations, Jordan. The Bigfoot is the scariest monster on the planet. Ba, ba, ba.
You believe in Bigfoot? Aaron, you definitely do.
I'm a big follower of
Conspiracy theories? Yes.
Well, I was gonna say the Joe Rogan Experience, and therefore, yes, I believe in Bigfoot.
I'm not surprised.
Eddie,
What did Eddie say?
Bigfoot isn't real. What did I miss?
Bigfoot is real. It's AKA the Sasquatch.
If you believe it is, then it is for sure.
He has fought Wolverine many times in the comics, and therefore, it's true. It's a Canadian.
That's right, Keith.
It's a Canadian monster.
Absolutely.
Lord, hey, you know what? Nobody questions you about your beliefs, Chupacabra. Well, we have done a lot of damage tonight. We've given away a polisher. We've given a glove box giveaway. We've given away a bottle of Furies and 3 $25 gift cards, courtesy of Ghost. Ghost, that is unbelievably generous. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Oh, it's the least I can do. Thank you, guys.
All right, so here we are, hour 2 completed in the books. I'm a little sauced. We could keep going. We could keep going.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Are we good?
Yeah, I think so.
Are we're gonna wind it down then?
Yeah.
2 hours in the books.
I think.
Yeah, this has been a blast, guys.
Ghost, thank you very much. It was
Carson, seriously, you truly a gentleman. Thank you so much. We
I
should have done
appreciate it.
this. We should have done this a year ago.
Yeah, the the second you asked me to hop on, I knew I couldn't pass up the opportunity. And anyone in the future, if you do get asked, I've never done a podcast before, but I'm sure we'd all love to meet each and every one of you. So again, Eileen, you're an absolute gem. Aaron, you're one of the biggest beauties I know. So
thank you.
no, I really hope to meet you guys all in person one day. And again, I'm really
Which-
grateful that you guys invited me.
If Canada is here to here, where are you in the country?
Well, I'm where it's colder, so I'm gonna near no hot or cold.
Yeah.
Near right around there. There. Oh,
okay.
no, you lagged. Yeah, okay, circle.
Closer to like the
Circle.
California side or closer to like the New York side?
There you go. There you go.
Oh, those are
Eileen
both
brings
far.
the logic to the conversation.
Yeah, because I don't know what you're doing over there.
Yeah.
Neither did I. Let's be honest.
Oh
I have
my
no idea.
gosh.
So yeah, West Coast, East Coast.
West.
West Coast. All right. So yeah. All right. So you're closer to Carzilla than TOC.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I would drive past Carzilla on the way to Edmonton. So.
All right. Fantastic. All right. So then we do the
Thanks, guys.
The SoCal Phoenix meetup. That's closer to you than say like a Kansas City or even East Coast kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but I'm actually down there for alumni every couple of years in Kansas City. Well, in between Kansas City and St. Louis, so pretty familiar with.
We have to do, Eileen. We have to do this. All right,
Oh,
Carson.
that would be
We're going to
super
coordinate
cool.
with you. We're going to coordinate with you and find out when you're coming to town, and then we're going to do a Phoenix family reunion, like Kansas City, and we're going to get everybody to do it. It's too much fun. Honestly, if I can share the experience that I had at MTE with everybody in the chat room, I would do it in a heartbeat, because I mean, like, nothing feels more like a family reunion than getting together with all of you people and just making fun of each other, making fun of ourselves, laughing, loving, and being a part of something that's so much bigger than we are individually. So
and in the grand scheme of things, like our little community, and then I hear that Adamo is from Edmonton, where I was going, and Mackenzie's from Edmonton. Like, it's just so cool how like these people in the chat are within arm's length if you really wanted it to be, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's just so cool that all the people obviously you guys have met and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to know everyone more. And,
even if it's a day trip,
Phoenix.
it's so worth it. It's so, like, when I went down to see
we're gonna need more than one day, Aaron.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be a minimum of 3 days,
if the apple juice
and
is
hopefully
flowing,
if not the whole week. It's gonna for sure.
Yeah,
it needs to be done. So Carson, thank you so much for coming on the show. Curmudgeon's Corner 48. It's one of the best episodes yet.
I appreciate it.
Truly have enjoyed
everyone. If you haven't checked out that documentary, please check it out, because we'll definitely want to talk about it next episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, both documentaries that
who
we
is
mentioned.
coming on next? Who's on the next? Who's on 49? Because I forget.
That's a good question. I don't know, guys.
Surprise.
Check the Instagram. We're gonna post it on the Instagram.
Yeah, we have it written down, but I don't have it in front of me because I suck as a host. All right. So anyway, everything and anything, Eileen, go to info@getsoclean.com. Her website is www.getsoclean.com. IG is SoClean_detailing. And then, of course, make sure you check out her YouTube channel at youtube.com/SoCleanDetailing. And then if you want to come over to Phoenix's website, you can get 10% off of everything site-wide at Eileen10 for everything off site-wide. We're going to skip the pay it forward stuff until we get further into the year. West Coast distribution of all things Phoenix is imdetailedaf.com. Midwest distribution is fabdetailingsupplies.com, and Southeast distribution is shineyourlightdetailing.com/store. Worldwide distribution for all things Phoenix is Canada. It would be carzilla.ca. The United Kingdom is intodetailing.co.uk, and our good friend Andrew over at in Australia is osprodetailing.com.au. And then, of course, not least, is the House of Rags. Is everywhere you are, in every country, in every continent, in every nooks and cranny, thehouseofrags.com. And then an issue that is near and dear to my heart and Eileen's heart, suicide prevention and crisis counseling resources. If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, seek help from a professional and call 988. The United States' first nationwide 3 digital mental health crisis hotline. 988 will connect you with callers and trained mental health counselors. Text HOME to 741-741 in the US and Canada to reach a crisis text line. And then, of course, you can go to the apa.org/topics/crisis-hotlines for every and any issue that you are facing. They will connect you with a great professional. Make sure you follow us at Instagram.com/Curmudgeon's Corner Pod for all things Curmudgeon Corners. That'll keep you up to date on what's coming up next, who we got going on.
We have Dragon, don't we?
Yeah, that's right. We have Dragon coming on in 2 weeks.
Drago.
Oh, nice.
Drago.
Oh, that'll be a great episode.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Character.
He'll be here on the 22nd. And then April is going to absolutely blow people away. We got some fireballs happening in April.
March is going to be amazing. But yes, April too.
March is going to be fantastic too. But I met some really cool cats down in at the MTE, and I can't wait to get them on the show. I think the people that we have coming on Curmudgeon's Corner in 2025 are pioneers, and they are lighting the industry on fire. And I am so beyond honored to have these people come on our show and talk to you guys. Wonderful people, always growing the community. I can't wait. So anyway, make sure you follow us on Instagram. And I guess in 2 weeks, we will see you at the corner.
Yes, we'll be here with Drago.
All right. You got anything else for us?
Carson, thank you for your time. It's great to see you in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you want to hang out, we'll hang out backstage after the show's over. And until then, we'll see you guys in 2. Good night, everybody.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks, guys.
You could be anywhere you wanted to be on a Saturday night, and you decided to hang out on the corner, and we love you for that. God bless, and we'll see you in 2.
Good night.
Good night.